Now I'll show how I use the adjustment layers when I'm messing around with color balance to affect the values, the darkness and whiteness, or darkness and brightness, and color in them, the pixel colors and whatnot. So I tend to mess a little bit with the adjustment layers when I go to adjustment layer, color, lookup. Then I took this. Here you have like hold on, like this is like very useful for like you know, if you're a photographer, but it's very useful for the artists, concept artists, illustrators, and so on. You have like here 3D LUT file, and in here you have like different variations. Like for example, photographers may use Fuji stuff, and there is horror blue filter thingy like this, for example. For me, I'm gonna use it bleach bypass. And then what I tend to do is like double click on the layer until I have this window popping up. Unfortunately, okay, I'm gonna make you to be able to see it actually. There. So after you go here and the adjustment layer, color lookup, this one, and I showed you what I selected. So then I double click not on this, not on this. So if you double click here, it just opens this window, properties. But if you double click on the like this empty part space thingy, it pops out this window, and this is what we need, this window. So here what I do, I mess with blend. I'm not sure what this is. Blend if gray. I keep it always on gray. So just for the example, I'm gonna move this arrow thingy and observe what happens. See, this is influencing now the darkness part, the dark part. And this, of course, the bright part, like you see there. But what I tend to do is to smooth it, like not to affect it so drastically like this, but have it more step, how do I say, better blend or more better transitioning. And with how I do that is hold Alt, and because there are like two, this arrow thing is split in half, so I hold Alt and click more on the right side of the arrow, and then see how I split it up. And now it affects only slightly, as you can notice the slightly changing here, unlike going like this. So hold Alt key on the keyboard, left click, and voila. Same thing with the brightness, hold Alt, left click, and just to reduce just a little bit. And then on the underlying layer, this one beneath as well, I usually go first with the full arrow thingy to check how it affects it, and then I do the thing with the holding Alt, one key, and then drag it like that, and on the bright as well, the bright arrow I mean. So now I double check it on the preview to see what I did there, how it influences it. So you see, to some degree I like this is too hard for me, but I may decide that I actually do need, if I need only to affect on the highlights, like it's cool on our character, this thing. If I want on the whole image illustration painting thing to affect it, then I will mess with this stuff. But if I decide, for example, to affect only one small portion, like its cool effect on the character, because the character is our main protagonist of the illustration on this piece, that's where the focal point is. It starts with the character observing the event there happening in the distance, right, in this world, universe, lore thingy. So then what I would do actually is to leave it like this and then go under the layer. On the layer, hold Control and click I, then hide it. And then what I do is I go to the basic brush, Slurp Coffee, go to the basic brush. Let me just uncheck the color dynamics on the brush. There we go. And now I paint with black and white. With black, I reveal that effect thingy. With white, no, wait, what was it? I think it's otherwise. Yeah, with white, I reveal. With black, I hide. So you can see it here, black and white. I can just switch like this. I have my shortcut on the pen. There is a button on a pen. I click to switch between the two. So white reveals, black hides, and that's what I'm going to do now. Maybe I will play a little bit here, like this. Maybe even here, to give it some contrast. This here as well could maybe be useful here, but mainly I wanted it for the character. And you see how just one small like brush movement stroke of that thing affected this helmet, and it feels more bronze like or rusted armor kind of thing. That's what I wanted to, that's my goal now with that, and which is why I like how it affects that adjustment layer, how it affects this. So I'm just gonna use that on some parts here. Here we are getting very nice effect as well, like there is a like metal and like it's not it's kind of like away from the body, and it's dropping the shadow on the body, as you could probably notice here, which is very cool. I love it. All right, so now I'm like going around and trying stuff. I don't always know what I'm exactly going to do. I'm experimenting always, you know, with art. That's how it is, trials and errors until you find what you were looking for, and all with slurping some coffee. That's it. That's it. Maybe a little bit here to pop it out, pop it up. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying. I could mess about a little bit with this here. Maybe that. But at the same time, I need to be very careful not to kind of get distracted and go overboard. Then when it goes over the balance, when it's goes too much, then I end up hurting more than I am adding to the painting. So maybe a little bit here. This deserves, I guess, some attention as well. Maybe slightly here. yeah, yeah, yeah. Good, good. So far, so good. Oh, not there. Nope. Nope. Maybe there a little bit. Yeah, that might be too strong there. Let's rotate the image to keep the look fresh in our brain, in our eyes, to keep it fresh. Alright, let's go over to the layers. I need to move this dude somewhere here. Yeah, it did pop out more, our character, and it does feel more metallic, more rusty, metallic kind of outfit thing, armor perhaps. That is also not bad. And that's it. There we go. Awesome. That was the, yeah, cool stuff. So if you like, subscribe. That's what I should say, but I'm streaming on Twitch. Alright, let's hey, thanks man. Awesome. Welcome to the family. Now let's see what we did with the another thing. Oh yeah. I remember now. Now we are affecting the blackness, the darkness, the blackness, I should probably say, because that's like black color, which is impossible for the stuff that is like further away from us. Impossible to be that under that strong contrast. It has the depth of field and atmosphere in the way of vision, so it gets to be bright, actually. So, oh, enjoy the ad. Now with the other adjustment layer lookup filter thing I added mostly for the blackness on the illustration piece to go all over the place with that thing. You see, and it adds a little bit of that depth of field thing. So the illustration painting will feel more spacey or bigger. So I'm gonna, like, once I'm done, we will take a look together what we did with that thingy. Welcome back, R7. Alright, so this thing, which is way closer to us, I don't want it to affect that part, so I'm gonna remove it from there. But here it's maybe to a degree it does affect this part as well. So then this character too there, or figure. Alright. Okay, let's go to layer and go over to that that other layer, adjustment layer I created. So you see how it's adding more depth of field now, because I kind of cooled down that blackness, made it more bright and less under the contrast. So that made the painting, or the scene that I'm painting, very it added some atmosphere. So now it feels more, this stuff here feels further away, and it's already kind of makes it even bigger, than like you feel it's actually bigger. Because if it's this size at that far away, then it means to your brain it's like telling like, wow, that's freaking huge. And that creates atmosphere, and it has that kind of like cinematic touch, should I say. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's double check stuff if I'm gonna still keep using the thing. Okay, it has a little bit of it remaining here. Travel erase. So again, with black I hide, with white I reveal. So now I'm just painting with black and white basically to reveal and hide. Okay, maybe a little bit here as well. Okay. What I used to do when I have too many adjustment layers, I tend to select all of them, Control G to put them in a group, name it adjustment layers, or just adjustment, but for your sake, I'm just, so you will know, I do that. I may even, if it's something important, I may even edit a color like, let's say blue. Double check again, rotate the image. Yeah, hell yeah.